Okay. Shelby, Bowen, Shelbybowen, July 17th, 2017.
Shelby, what brought you to Teen Challenge?
What brought me to Teen Challenge was a 5-year addiction to drugs and alcohol, which stemmed from years of abuse from both my parents. They were both addicts, and my father passed away when I was very young. So my view of a man was very distorted because after he died, I was adopted by my grandmother, who later on her boyfriend sexually abused me. So my life was full of a lot of anger and a lot of hate towards pretty much everybody. And I started using drugs when I was about 14, and just turned into a downward spiral of addiction and heartbreak and just complete brokenness. And
What was your mindset before you came into the program?
my mindset was it's pretty crazy. What is a mindset?
Mindset is how you were, I guess, mentally.
How you thought.
How you thought. Yeah.
I thought about me a lot. I was pretty self-centered. I didn't really think about what anybody else wanted or what was better for anybody else. I thought about what Shelby wanted and what Shelby needed, and that's what I used a lot of people for, was for what I wanted and what I needed.
And what is your mindset now since Teen Challenge?
I care about other people a lot, and I care about what they want instead of what I want. And what would be better for me and for them now instead of just me.
And also, when I do ask questions, if you can kind of incorporate that the question into your answer, like my mindset. Okay, cool. I totally forgot. I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
Well, how was your family life before Teen Challenge?
My family, we're pretty separated. My parents divorced when I was really young, so I didn't really know my dad's family until I got older. And like I said, my mom, she was a drug addict, so she was never around a lot. She went to prison. She was always in and out of jail. So it was pretty crazy growing up as a child. I took care of my brothers when I was really young, and then we all got separated. So it was we were back and forth between homes a lot and didn't really have a chance at life because of our upbringing. And then my dad's family, they were okay. They were very backwards about a lot of things, but because they didn't know a lot of how our childhood was, so they didn't really know what to do. So they just kind of stayed out of everything and didn't really get that involved because they didn't know what was really going on. So I was pretty alone growing up as a child.
And and when you talked about your family, and you said being young, how did it make you feel to have your family, mom and dad, get divorced?
I felt alone when my parents got divorced, because my dad, he would try and be there, but he just had so many issues, and he had so many issues of his own that he really couldn't be there, and it was hard growing up in a broken home. It really was. And I wanted better for my family, but it just didn't seem to work that way. It was very hard.
And how's your family life now?
It's getting better. As I've been obedient to God while I've been here, my family is being restored a little bit, piece by piece. My dad, when he passed away, and my mom, she went off the deep end, kind of, so we don't really have that much contact now. I haven't seen her since I've been here, but other than that, the family I do have now, they're very supportive, and they want me to do better. And it's been a journey, but it's getting better.
How old were you when your dad passed?
I was 8 when my dad passed away.
8. Being so young, how did that make you feel?
I was confused. I was kind of mad at God. I was like, why did God have to take my father away when I was so young? And why did the men that he put in my life have to be the way they were?
And do you mind if I ask you how he died?
He had a major heart attack.
Okay. And so about what age did you start doing drugs?
The first time I tried drugs, I was about 10. I started smoking marijuana, and then from there it escalated to pills, then drinking, and then multiple other drugs.
And what kind of people, friends did you have, if any?
I had friends that were very self-seeking, and we were friends, as we called it. We were, I don't know how to describe it. We weren't really friends. We were just there for each other's benefit. Like, we were there to do drugs and hang out and just have someone there with you. That was pretty much it.
Did you ever have anybody positive in your life during that period of your lifetime?
I had a couple positive people. I had a mentor in my life, and she's still in my life, and she was very positive. And she kind of taught me about God, and she taught me kind of the right way to go.
And you still are in contact, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Could you tell us a story when your addiction or life was at its worst?
When my addiction in my life was at its worst, I was about 18, and I had my own place. I was doing well, but I was still drinking a lot and drinking heavily. And me and my mom were actually living together at the time, and she had just went back into her addiction. I remember just being so sick and just so dependent on drugs and alcohol that she would come in and she would be high too. And I remember one day the fighting and the arguing got so bad that she had said something, and I actually ran up to her and I hit her. And that was when I knew that my addiction had spiraled out of control.
Do you think having your mom also with a drug addiction and everything had anything to do with you getting involved in it, or do you think your life would end up going that way anyway?
I think it had a lot to do with it, because as a child I was told by multiple people that were in my mom and my grandmother's life and my life too, that I would never amount to anything more than a drug addict because of the environment that I grew up in.
Okay. And you said you helped, in a sense, raise your siblings because of everything that was going on in your family. And being a child yourself, and you had to be put in that position when you should be enjoying your childhood, how did that make you feel?
I felt robbed of a childhood, honestly, for having to do that, because I felt like I had to grow up and do all the things that Mom did. I had to take care of them, make sure they got to school, make sure they looked okay, and make sure they were just fed and clothed and taken care of, because I didn't want them having to go through the same thing that I went through. Even though I really couldn't stop it, I still tried to do better. And it made me grow up really fast.
What kind of relationship do you have with them now?
The relationship I have with my brothers now, it's pretty strained, I would say, because of my addictions. I moved around a lot, and I didn't really stay in contact with them that much. But, I mean, we're still in contact now. It's just very different. I don't get to talk to them while I'm here, because I chose not to, because I just didn't want to put them through any more heartache than I already had.
What did family, friends think when you became more attached to your addiction?
I'm not really sure how to answer that.
Okay, that's fine. How did you think God perceived you before you came to the program?
I honestly thought that God perceived me as I wasn't worth anything. I didn't do anything to show His light or show His way. I was a bad influence in the world, and I was a bad influence to everyone around me. So I didn't think that God would perceive me as anything more than that.
And how do you think God perceives you now?
I think He thinks I'm worthy of love, and I'm... Okay, stop. My mind just went totally blank.
That's
Sorry.
Okay. That's okay.
I think God perceives me now as, I'm worthy of His love, and I feel like I'm doing good. I feel like He thinks I'm doing good. And there's always more work to be done. But I feel like now... I don't really know what to say.
That's okay.
Okay.
That's fine. It's alright. Got this. And could you tell us a story of your best experience with God?
My best experience with God was whenever I was contemplating on staying here as a intern or emerging leader. And I was like, God, I don't know whether to stay or whether to go home, because I know that going home I'd be able to save everybody and take care of everything and just be this big light to my family. But I found out as I went home that I expected everyone to change, and people don't change, and God showed me...
Sorry, it quit. I don't know if I got all the last, but we'll start from this one. Okay, here we go. Okay. What would you actually... Can you do your name and date and everything?
Okay, Shelby Bowen, Shelby Bowen, July 17, 2017.
Okay. Shelby, what would you say now to your family or friends you have hurt during your rebellion?
I would say to the family and friends that I hurt that I am very sorry for what I did while I was in my rebellion. And I would ask them to forgive me and to realize that I'm not the person that I used to be, that I have changed, and that it's not just because of the outward appearance that I have now, it's because of the inwardness of my heart, that I truly have changed on the inside and the out, and that God did transform me, or is transforming me.
And what scripture verses have encouraged you through this process?
Psalms 34, 18 and 19 really encouraged me. It's the Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. The righteous person may have many troubles, but the Lord delivers them from all.
And did you were you in any other program or checked into any other? You ever came here to Teen Challenge?
I was actually in 2 other programs before here. One was a mental program, and the other was a drug rehab.
Okay. And why did you decide to go to a faith-based program?
I decided to go to a faith-based program because I started going to church right before I came here, about a year before. And somebody invited me to a women's conference where Teen Challenge was going to be at through a service, so I decided to go to the conference. And when I got there, something pulled at me. Like, after I saw that service, they were like calling, "We need to go." Something just kept pulling at me, just saying, go to Teen Challenge. They said it'll be different, it'll be not what you think, it'll be different.
Okay, and why is Teen Challenge different than any other programs that you looked at?
Teen Challenge is different because it truly is a place of freedom and a place of peace. I never felt in those other programs, I didn't take them seriously. I just said, oh, it's just another 30 days, it'll be okay. And here, when I walked in the door, I was scared, but I knew that I was in the right place. And it was hard, but I knew it was different, and I knew something here was different. I didn't know it was God yet, but I just knew something was here.
Okay. And how did you see Teen Challenge when it was presented to you?
I thought it was a good program. I thought it was I thought Teen Challenge was a good program. I didn't really know that much about it. I just knew it was told at the service that I went to.
Now, when you did come in, decided to come to the Teen Challenge, and you came through the doors, drive up the driveway and everything, and opened the door, entered, what was your first thought, or what did you think?
I was scared. I really didn't think. I didn't think when I was driving up, I was like, this isn't gonna work. I'm not gonna be able to stay a whole year here. I said, I can't. I was like, I can't do this. Honestly, I said, I can't stay here. I can't be away from everything for a year. So I have too much to worry about, too much to do in life. But 1 month turned 3 months, and 3 months is 6, and I've been here actually over a year. I've never been as much as peace with myself as I am now.
Before Teen Challenge, what were your hopes and dreams of? What kind of hopes and dreams did you have?
My hopes and dreams were, I wanted to have a family at some point in my life, but I just didn't think it was possible with the mess that I was in. And that was really my dream, to have a family and just be a good person, but I just didn't know how to be, honestly.
And what are your hopes and dreams of now?
My hopes and dreams now are to pursue a career in ministry. Not just for the career, but for people. I want to go out there and I want to help people who don't know about God and who need to hear about Him. Just want to be a light to the world.
And what would you say to yourself 5 years ago? Watch. Yeah. That's right.
What would I say to myself 5 years ago? You have no idea what your future is holding. And I don't really know what I would say to myself 5 years ago. Straighten up. 'Cause
And when did your life get to the point you knew you needed help?
when I was about 19, I knew that I needed something, because I knew that I wouldn't make it any longer if I didn't find help.
In your own words, complete this sentence. Through Teen Challenge, it has helped me accomplish.
It's helped me accomplish how to live a life without the use of drugs and alcohol to escape my pain. I know that I can take the pain and things that I feel and the thoughts that are in my head, I can take them to God and just leave them at His feet, because He's shown me how to be at peace with myself. He's shown me how to have a sound mind, and He's shown me that I don't have to do life on my own anymore, that I'm not alone for the first time in a long time.
And what has been your favorite experience in the Teen Challenge program?
My favorite experience in Teen Challenge was getting to watch not myself grow, but other ladies grow as they came into, like, people that I've come in with or that I've been really close to, and like age difference in months in the program. Getting to watch them grow and getting to watch them change with me as I change.
Can others around you see a change in you?
I hope so. I hope they can.
And what do you want to leave people with when you graduate?
I want to leave them with a sense of you can do this, that it's worth it to do it, because this is the only hope that we have. The world will offer you nothing, but God will offer you everything. And it's hard, but you can do it. Just stick with it.
Tell me what your turning point in Teen Challenge, when you realized God has put you here for a reason.
When I realized God had put me here for a reason was, when I knew He put me here for a reason was when I was about 6 months old, and I started to contemplate, what is there really out there to go back to, and what is there really to go see. And how much more can I do? How much more can I offer to somebody else? And wait, hold on, I got really confused. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say, Miss Brenda.
Will we repeat it?
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that. Tell me what was your turning point in Teen Challenge when you realized God put you here for a reason?
When I realized that God put me here for a reason, was when I started doing services, and how much I realized that my testimony could impact others, and that I'm not the only one who's been through things, and that I'm not the only, my life isn't all that horrible, and that I do have a purpose here. It just took me Teen Challenge to find it.
And if you could sum your life up in one paragraph.
My goodness. If I could sum my life up in one paragraph, it would be, my life was full of a lot of trauma and a lot of heartbreak. A lot of things that were done in my life impacted the way I am and who I became. But through God, He showed me that the person that I was and the person that I became does not have to be that same person I am now. And that through Teen Challenge, He showed me how to become a new person. And through His Word, actually, He showed me how to become a new person. And that things don't have to stay they were, and the things people say about you don't have to be true.